You guys can hear me? Good evening, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Good evening, good evening. Anyone is today first class? Yeah, anyone is today first class, guys? Okay, so we'll start the class. Good. Yesterday class, I'll give some introduction about yesterday class, guys. Yesterday demo class we started. Advanced Java day 1, class 1. Yeah. This is yesterday class topics, right? Yeah. The first point regarding yesterday class, we decided core Java Advanced is official terms and unofficial terms. These are unofficial terms, right? Then as per the Sun Microsystem standards, guys, the Java divided into how many parts total here? 3 parts. What are the 3 parts? Which is like JTSC, JDW and JDME. Whatever core Java is comes under JTSC part. In advanced Java syllabus, guys, basically we'll discuss about the JDBC, servlets, JSP and what? JSTL, right? There are 4 parts basically. Whatever JDBC which is belongs to JTSC part, and the servlets, JSP and JSTL which is belongs to JW part, right? Exactly. Yesterday we decided we will discuss some part of JTSC. Advanced Java means what? We will discuss some part of JTSC and some part of JW, right? Some part of JTSC and some part of what? JW, right? Exactly. So next one is the technology versus frameworks, guys. So technologies we decided JTSC, JW and JTME. And frameworks basically like Hibernate, Spring, JSF and Struts, right? Yeah, JSF and what? Struts. They are the frameworks, guys. And we decided Java is open source. Open source means what's free of cost, and source code is open, guys, free to edit, right? Free to edit. And we discussed JDBC, guys. On the top of the JDBC we have the framework like Hibernate framework. On the top of the servlets we have the Struts framework. On the top of the JSP we have the JSF framework. On the top of the EJB we have the Spring framework, right? Yeah, good. So guys, to work with the Java development, you can go with the Core Java Advanced Java. After Core Java Advanced Java, you can take directly Spring Boot, like Spring and Spring Boot web services concept, guys. Is that point is clear? And I said like Core Java course duration. So 2 months. I'll share you 2 projects, guys. We will develop the 2 projects in live. I'll share the assignments and share the PDF documents and all, right? Yeah, this is the last class, guys. Any questions? The last class. And today class, first we will start the different types of applications. Can we get any ideas of different types of applications in real time? What are the different types of applications? The first point about the today class is different types of what? Applications, right? Exactly. So before this point, yesterday class, technology versus frameworks. So we have the technologies like JTSC, JDW, JDME, and frameworks of type like Spring, Hibernate, JS7 Struts framework, right? Exactly, JS7 Struts framework. So these are some of the technologies and some of the frameworks, guys. Good. So any idea about different types of applications? Tell me. Any different types of applications?
Single page application.
Single page application, okay. So generally we have the application like standalone applications, those categories. Standalone applications. Tell me guys, what are the different types of applications in the market? Basically, we have yeah. Basically, like there are four types of applications, guys. So different types of applications we have. There are four types of applications. One is a standalone application, Java level. Okay, the first one is what? Standalone applications. Standalone applications are we can say like Windows. Guys, please mute. Mohit Kumar Chakravarti. Yeah. Tell me, guys, one is the standalone applications or window-based applications, or we can say like desktop application, right? Yeah, desktop application, right? Good. There are three types of applications, guys. One is the standalone applications. What a second category, tell me here. So second category is web applications, web apps. So simply can say web applications. The third one is simply like enterprise applications, guys. So the third one is what? Enterprise applications. The fourth one is like distributed applications. Okay, distributed applications, right? Exactly. See guys, and what are the technologies which we use to develop the okay, okay. These are the technologies and these are the frameworks. And what technologies and what frameworks which is suitable for what type of applications that we have to see first. Okay. So Java level basically we have the four types, guys. Standalone applications, web applications, enterprise applications, and what? Distributed applications, right? Exactly. Tell me guys, I hope you done the core Java. So basically in the core Java, so we done about the core Java standard applications, guys. So using core Java, you can develop the applications which is like standard applications, right? Yeah, basically using core Java, we can design which applications, guys? Standard applications. Is that clear now? Yeah, using core Java, we can design which applications, guys? Standard applications, right? Exactly. If you go for the web applications, guys, if you go for web applications, what are the technologies you can go for web applications? So what are the technologies you use for the web application means, which is like servlets and JSP. See, what is a web application? I'll discuss tomorrow class, definitely. First, you understand what are the technologies which is used for what type of applications, right? What are the technologies used for the what type of applications, right? Exactly. If that is a case, yeah. Servlets and JSP are the technologies, guys. Definitely this belongs to which part, guys? JWE part, right? Servlets and JSP are the technologies. So these technologies is used to develop which applications, guys? Definitely web applications, right? Exactly. On the top of the servlets and JSP, guys, yesterday I said clearly, on the top of the servlets, which framework is introduced? On the top of the servlets, which framework is introduced? Tell me, guys. Yeah, this information, right? On the top of the JDBC, we have the Hibernate. On the top of the servlets, we have the Structs framework. On the top of the JSP, we have the JSF framework. On the top of the EJB, we have the Spring framework, right? Tell me, guys, on the top of the servlets, which framework is there? Please respond. On the top of the servlets, which framework is available? Guys, please respond. Please respond. Tell me, guys, yesterday that Pawan Kumar, he is the faculty basically, some institute. He's asking too many questions. Today is not came. Anyone is there? Faculty? Any faculties? Other institutes? So guys, and yeah, on the top of the servlets, which framework is there, guys? Yeah, on the top of the servlets, we have the framework like okay, Structs framework is there, guys. So Structs is a framework which is used to design web applications basically, which is used to design which applications, guys? Web applications. On the top of the JS, which framework is there? On the top of the JSP, which framework is there? No, if you respond, then only I will move forward, guys. If you are not responding, no use. Yeah, JSF framework, right? Exactly. On the top of the servlets, you have the framework like Structs framework, guys. On the top of JSP, you have the JSF framework, right? So if you clearly observe here, servlets and JSP are the technologies. Servlets and JSP are the technologies to design web applications. And Structs and JSF is what? Frameworks, right? Structs and JSF is a framework to design web applications, guys. Guys, are you clear now? Good. So next one is enterprise applications. Enterprise application, which is nothing but entire architecture. So I'll tell you that point later. Enterprise applications, guys, initially we're using technology. So difference between technology and framework. I'll tell you one on. I'll tell you definitely. Give me a second. When you go for the enterprise applications, guys, what are the technology we are using for the enterprise application, which is like EJB. EJB in the sense what? Enterprise Java Beans, right? EJB means Enterprise Java Beans, right? Enterprise Java Beans is used to develop the web applications, right? Sorry, enterprise applications. See guys, EJB is what? EJB is a technology. So EJB is a technology to design the enterprise applications. On the top of the EJB, which framework is there? On the top of the EJB, which framework? Spring framework, right? So Spring is a framework, okay, to design the enterprise applications, guys. Spring is a framework to design what? Enterprise applications, right? Exactly. What are web services? Web service distributed applications means to design the distributed application, guys. We have the concept like web services. Okay, web services. In web services, we have the two types, guys. One is the SOAP services, SOAP, SOAP services. One is the REST services. So they are saying simply they are using the words like SOAP calls, REST calls, and all right. I will tell you what is the difference also. Yeah, these are the different types of applications, guys. Total four types of applications, which is like JDB, like standard applications, web applications, enterprise applications, and distributed applications, right? Exactly. So Core Java is for the standard applications, guys. Solids on JSP for the technologies to design the web applications. On the top of the Solids on JSP, which frameworks are there? Structs on what? JSF framework, right? Exactly. Enterprise applications, we have the EJB technology, guys. On the top of the EJB, we have the framework like Spring framework, right? On the top of the EJB, we have the framework like Spring framework. And distributed applications, we have web services, guys. There are two kinds. One is the SOAP services and what? REST services, right? Exactly, guys. So finally, we decided your advanced job means what? We'll discuss Solids and JSP, right? What are Solids and JSP, guys? Solids and JSPs are used to design which applications? Solid and JSP. Solids and JSP used to design which applications here? Web applications, right? Exactly. So finally, we decided next to 2 months, like next to 2 months, we are going to focus on which applications, guys? We're going to focus on which applications? Web applications, right? Exactly. Once if you're done with web applications, after that go for the Spring classes directly. The Spring classes, the faculty will focus on which applications here? Enterprise applications. After Spring, if you take the web services, he will focus on which applications, guys? Distributed applications, right? Yeah, that is important point, guys. Is that clear now? So finally, we decided these 2 months classes, we will focus on which applications simply here? Web applications, right? Exactly. Is that point is clear, everyone? Guys, if the point is clear. Good. So the next point, guys, we have some extensions basically. We have some extensions. What are the extensions, guys? Maybe in the core Java, definitely we have to know what are the jar files. What are jar full form, guys? So we have to know the jar files. So dot jar means Java archive file.
Archive.
Java archive file. Yeah, Java archive file, right? Exactly. So in our web applications, guys, we will create the var files, dot var files. We will create the var files and we will deploy this var file into servers basically. Okay, we will create the var files and see guys, some guys are saying jar files, some guys are saying var files means simply can understand that. So jar full form is a Java archive files. What it contains, I will tell you later. And the var file class in advanced web application is the extensions what we will use dot var. What is var file extension? What is the full form, guys? For the var full form. So this is nothing but web archive file. Web archive file. So in enterprise applications, guys, the faculties will create the extension like .er file. This is nothing but like zip files, guys. Actually, your web application contains is that one resource or multiple resources. Generally, in enterprise applications, distributed applications, we have the multiple resources, right? Like we have the HTML files, CSS files, okay, Java files, and jar files. These are all the multiple things, right? XML files, Solid files, JSP files. We have the multiple files, guys. These all multiple files, we will make it as a var file. We will make it as a var file, and we will deploy that var file into servers basically. Guys, is that point is clear? If our web application contains the multiple resources, guys, those all resources we can make it as a var file. We can deploy that var file into the server. Okay, exactly. Even enterprise applications. In enterprise application, the Spring classes, we have the multiple resources like entity beans, HTML files, XML files, property files. These all files they'll make it as a R file, EAR file. They'll put into the server, right? They deploy into server. What is the full form of ER, guys? What is the full form of ER? The full form of ER is what? Enterprise archive file. So enterprise, enterprise what? Archive file, right? Enterprise archive file, guys. So jar file means Java archive, var means web archive, enterprise means what? ER means what? Enterprise archive file, right? Exactly. In web services, guys, distributed applications, we'll discuss about the .AR files. .AR files. What is the full form of .AR files? The full form of .AR files is, which is nothing but application archive file, right? Yeah, application archive file, guys. Yeah, these are clear. So now this advanced Java, what is the file extension we will discuss? We will create the var files and we will create the jar files also. We'll discuss this, no problem. We'll discuss about the jar files and we'll create the var files. And mostly we will deploy the var file into the servers, right? We'll deploy the var files into what? Servers. So guys, with this explanation, you understood that, okay, using servlets on JSP, we are designing which applications, guys? Tell me, please respond. Using servlets on JSP, we are designing which applications? Web applications. After designing web applications, we will deploy that applications into the server. To deploy these applications into server, what are the extensions we'll create? Tell me, guys, what are the extensions we'll create? .var file extensions we'll create, right? Exactly. Yeah, these are different types of applications in Java, guys. Standard applications, web applications, and what? Enterprise applications, and the fourth one is the distributed applications, right? Exactly. See, guys, I'll give some explanation about the SOAP calls and REST calls, guys. Basically, this is a frequent user terms in industry, guys. Frequent user term in industry. One is a SOAP call, one is a REST calls, right? Exactly. Web services, in the sense, just like it's a like one service, guys. They're designing one service, which is like payment gateways, WhatsApp services, chatting messages. Okay, so some account activation services. They're creating one service basically. The main difference between the SOAP service and REST service is, in SOAP they are creating the service, one service which is based on the SOAP, means the SOAP services, it will take the input. Okay, it will take the input. Actually in web services you'll get these points, guys. But before that, if anyone said like in company we are designing SOAP services, we are using REST services, means at least you have to know that meaning, right? At least. Good. That's what I'm saying, this service or meaning, guys. In web services we have the two types, guys: SOAP services, REST services. So we are designing SOAP service means that service can take the input as XML format. It will take the input as which format, guys? XML format. XML format. It will give the response is which format, guys? It will give the response in which format, guys? XML format. See, guys, why this is giving like XML format and XML format taking input XML, giving response XML, means because XML is the data, is a universal data form, universal data representation basically. XML is what? Universal data representation. It means is the Java client can give the XML input, is .NET client can give the XML input. See, guys, one service you created means that service can be accessed by Java client, okay, Python client, and .NET client. Anyone can access. In that case, Java client is can access, Python client can access, .NET client can access, means these three guys can give the input is which format, guys? XML format. They will take the response in XML format. After taking the response in XML format, what they will do? They will convert the corresponding technology, right? They will convert the XML data into the corresponding Java format or Python format, Python format, and corresponding which format, guys? .NET format, right? Guys, web service is very, very important, guys. See, for example, we design one service, guys. Assume like you design the payment service. So if you design the payment service, this payment service can access by only Java client, means any use is there? Tell me, guys, if you design one service which is like payment gateways, if you design the payment service, okay, this service can be used by only Java clients, means is any use? Only Java application can access, means any use? Tell me, guys, if the only Java application accessing this service, means any use is there? No, right?
Yeah.
Please respond. Yeah, there is no use, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
No use.
If you design the service, payment service, okay, if you design a service, that service can take the XML data. That service can be accessed by Java client, can be accessed by Python client, can be accessed by .NET client, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
But see, guys, Java can understand only Java formatted data. Python can understand only Python data. .NET can understand only .NET data. Okay. But in this case, we have to create one service, payment service, that can take any type of input, like any client can access that service. Okay, and it can give the response to the corresponding client, right? In that case,
Yeah.
you have to design the service. That service can take the data universal data format, right? That universal data formats are two types, guys. Universal data representations, how many formats? Are two formats. One is XML data, one is a JSON data. So how many universal data representation, guys? Tell
XML
me
and
how
JSON.
many. Yeah, there are two universal data formats. Universal data formats. This is not advanced Java, guys. This is basically web services. But at least you have some basic idea about these web services. That's what I'm giving this explanation. Okay. There are two universal data formats, guys. One is what? XML, extensible markup language, something. The second one is what? JSON data, right? Exactly. See, guys, in that case, my .NET client can access this data payment service by passing XML data. Okay. Our .NET client can access this data using what? Java client can access service using XML data. Like that, guys, the service can take like XML input and give the response as XML format, right? Then this service you can call it as a SOAP service, guys. The service can call it as a service, guys, SOAP service. No, sir, some guys are using REST services. REST services means what? It will take the input which format, guys? It will take the input which format? Tell me, guys, it will take the input in which format? JSON format. It will take the input in which format, guys?
JSON.
Yeah, it will JSON. It will take the input in JSON format, and it will give the response of which format, guys? Response.
XML.
No, JSON only. JSON format.
Okay.
Take the input in JSON format. Give the response also in which format, guys? JSON format. These kind of
Okay.
services
Okay.
called
Okay.
which
Correct.
services, guys? REST services, right? Exactly. So at least you get the clarity about the services, right? Service means what? Once if you design one small service, which is like payment gateways or WhatsApp or what chat message service, that service can be accessed by one client. Web services can be accessed by one client or multiple clients.
Multiple.
Tell me, guys. Yeah, multiple clients in the sense multiple technology persons, right? Like
Yeah.
.NET,
.NET, Python.
Python, Java, anyone can access, right? Anyone can
Yeah.
access means that guys give the input which format is a Python format, .NET format, or universal data format. They has to give the input.
Universal data.
They has to give the data in universal format, right? Because Ashok is a XML data, like Ashok is like Python student. One is like .NET. John is like what Java student, like that. But the three guys can access my service. The three guys can give the JSON input. I can take the JSON input, I can process the data. I'll give the response in which format, guys? JSON format, right? If I given the JSON format means what the guys will do? They will convert the JSON into the corresponding Python format or .NET format, right? Wait, yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah. Correct.
we got the clarity about the web services, right? Web services
Sir,
means what? We have given, yeah.
sir, REST,
Tell me.
REST, REST is a API format, and then SOAP is also is an API, sir.
Both are APIs only. REST API and SOAP API. Both are APIs only.
Okay, sir.
Both are APIs only. Both are can do the same task. But the difference only
Okay,
thing
sir.
is what? SOAP can take the input in XML format, response also XML format. REST means taking the JSON format, giving the response also JSON format. That is the only difference.
Okay, sir.
That's the web services, guys. With real time, the web services is very, very important. Yeah, the web services is very, very important. Is that point is clear? Yeah. So how many types of universal data format, guys? There are two types of universal data formats. One is XML data, second one is what? JSON data, right? One is XML format and what? One is a JSON format, guys. Why not XML? Means XML because XML is extended markup language, right? Markup language means what happened here? We have the tags, right? Basically, what is the markup language, guys?
Like
Generally, markup language is having the
HTML.
tags, right? Opening tag is there, closing tag is there. While giving the input
Yeah.
means we are giving more input means what? We have to do the more tags, right? Again, tags will take the more validations, right? Then it affects on performance of the application, guys. That's what JSON format. JSON just like a if you know core Java property files are there, right? Key value pair format. JSON contains a key value pair format. So when compared to the tags XML data, the JSON the JSON key value pairs processing is very easy. Is that clear now? Yeah, that is your
Yeah,
services,
correct.
guys. SOAP services and what REST services? Yeah, SOAP services and REST service. Which one you want to repeat, man? So XML data means XML contains tag base, right? Tag base means starting tag, ending tag, right? Definitely, if starting tag is there, ending tag is there, assume like you have the 10 values. 10 values means what you have to write? We have to write the 10 tags, right? 10 opening tags and 10 closing tags. Then what happened? Almost all 20 tags you have to write, right? Then definitely we have to validate is all the tags are not tags properly opened or not, properly closed or not. We have to check these tags or not. Hmm? Yes, in that case, a validation of these tags, writing this code also be difficult process, right? Bit difficult process. That's what the companies are start using which concept, guys? JSON concept. JSON means JavaScript object notation. The JSON means is very less code, guys. In JSON, the data in key value pair format. In JSON, you'll get the data in which format, guys? Key value pair format, right? Yeah, that is like universal data formats, guys. One and are you clear now?
Okay.
Hmm? Good, good. So finally we decided Solid Sun JSP is used to design which applications, guys? Web applications, right? Yeah, good. Right. Yeah, exactly. Using Spring injection is done using XML only, but in place of XML nowadays we are using like annotations. XML definitely is taking processing very difficult, right? In Spring injections. That's what to reduce the configurations in XML, they're going for annotations, right? Generally. They're not using XML, guys. Most of the things will done by using annotations, basically. Hmm? Annotations and
What
JSON data.
is
XML is
injection, sir?
almost no. That is a Spring concepts, guys. Basically, there's a Spring concepts. We no need to worry about injections and all.
Okay, sir.
Is that clear now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
that is a
question,
point.
Ram, I was asking.
Tell me.
For this JDBC, we need to install what SQL
We need to
Server,
install.
right?
Definitely.
SQL Server.
Yeah. Let me go with the databases if you want. Give me 1 second then. Yeah. Tell me what is your question then.
For this, what we need to install in our laptop?
Yeah, definitely database is required. See, because JDBC full form is what your Java to database connection, right?
Yeah,
Java database
perfect.
connection. In that case, my Java application has to connect the database. My Java
Yeah,
application has to connect the database means then definitely in your system, we must have the Java and corresponding database which we are going to work, right?
yeah, correct.
Exactly.
So
When
database, like one database is like console based, right? Uh,
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
that is Oracle 11G. If I'm not wrong.
Okay.
The next, what we have to install? Can you tell that?
Yeah, okay, do one thing. Actually, databases, what are the databases mostly the Java developers will use is, okay. See guys, every technologies they have their corresponding technology, like corresponding databases. So don't think like one application mostly focus on all databases, right? If you take like PHP, so if you take like PHP guys will mostly focus on which database, they will not focus on Oracle database and MongoDB database, these databases. PHP guys mostly will focus on MySQL database. Do you agree or not?
Yeah,
PHP
okay.
guys always they'll focus on MySQL database. Even they can connect with different databases, but the standard is MySQL database. Okay, and the Python each can connect with the different databases. But what is the preferred database for the Python? What is the preferred database, guys? They will not use a MySQL. They will not use Oracle. Basically, they will go for the MongoDB. They'll go for what? MongoDB, and they'll go for the MongoDB, and they'll go for the Postgre basically. Postgre database. In the same way, .NET
Okay.
persons. Is the .NET persons will use Oracle database? No, right? So these guys will use what? SQL Server. So like that, if you take Hadoop, Hadoop guys, you'll use like Mostly these guys will focus on MongoDB, and we have the database like Cassandra. Cassandra database, right? Is that clear?
And
So different database.
Java?
Yeah, when coming to the Java here, Java guys always will focus on the database is called Oracle database. Mostly the Java application is connected to Oracle database, guys. But due to some performance issues in the recent versions, the Java application is connected to MongoDB also. MongoDB also. Anyone knows what the main feature of MongoDB? Because nowadays they're going for the MongoDB, everyone, right? Even AngularJS, they're working with the MongoDB, right? AngularJS. So even AngularJS guys, they're going with MongoDB database. Why these all guys are mostly focused on MongoDB?
No relation database.
It's like NoSQL database, right?
Yes.
NoSQL database. What is the NoSQL database exact meaning? Guys, are you clear now? So finally, PHP is work with the MySQL database, Python work with the MongoDB and Postgre, .NET will work with the SQL servers, Hadoop will work with the MongoDB and Cassandra, Java will work with Oracle database and MongoDB database, AngularJS was working with what? MongoDB database, like etc. guys, etc. Different technologies, they have the different, they have like their own specifications, right? Exactly. But see guys, as per our course in JDBC, we will discuss about the three databases. One is Oracle database we will discuss, and MongoDB database we will discuss, and MySQL database also we will discuss. Guys, is that point is clear? Then I will show
Yeah.
how to install the Oracle database, how to install the MongoDB database, how to work with the MySQL database also. These three databases I will show as part of our syllabus, like as part of our course.
Okay.
Yeah. But tell me guys, why like the companies are start using MongoDB? So very huge demand is there for the MongoDB. Simple reason.
Is less size
Why it is less size?
because in MongoDB there will be no tables. Instead of
Exactly.
tables,
It's not relational database, guys. MongoDB is not a relational database. Relational
It's
database
faster.
basically, yeah, definitely faster. There is no relational database means definitely is a faster.
Okay.
Yeah, basically in Oracle database, these all MySQL, Oracle, these databases, we have the relational database, which is nothing but we have the table structure. In the tables, we have to store the data as a record format,
Yeah.
right? Record by record. But if you go for the MongoDB database, which is like NoSQL database, guys. NoSQL database in a sense, in MongoDB, the data will be stored in the JSON format, basically. The data will be stored in which format, guys? JSON format, right?
Yes. So we have to
Yeah.
learn this MongoDB. Like if I know this, if we know this Oracle SQL, then MongoDB is also we have to learn.
No problem, guys. If you no need to learn MongoDB and all, because we are the Java developers. As a developer, just you will Google it. What is a MongoDB, and we will write some queries. It's not a problem because we don't have the control on the database, right? We don't have the control
Yeah.
on the database. Even to create the tables, to create the structure, everything will take database admin team, right? We will
Correct.
request admin team. In that case, we no need to focus more. Definitely, while working, you will get some idea about what is a database and how to process the data, right? That is sufficient. Is very clear? So the main difference between the see guys, MongoDB why it become more popular means I said right. So Oracle database means which is having a table format. I'll show you guys. I will show you later. But as of now, just listen the basic idea. Oracle database, we have the data in the tables format. We have the data in the tables format. MongoDB, we have the data in the JSON format. JSON in the sense what? Key value pair format. I said clearly, if the data is in the JSON format means what? Any client can access simply the data, right? Yes or no, guys? If it is a JSON data means what? Even .NET client can access the JSON data, and the Python client can access JSON data. Is it like interoperable actually, guys? MongoDB is giving the structure of interoperability. Interoperability in the sense that JSON data can be accessed by any clients actually, any clients like any technologies. That's what the MongoDB becomes more popular. If you represented your data in relational table format, maybe that Oracle format, then that will be supported by only Java, right? Yes or no, guys? That can be supported by only Java or not? Only the Java code can understand that Oracle database tables and can process the data, right?
Yeah, correct.
If the dotted guys is he want access means he may not, right? Because here we written the code in the tables format, and again we require different APIs, right? In that case, if the data is in the JSON format means what? Anyone can understand the JSON format, right? Any technology is implemented to understand the JSON format, guys. Because JSON is what? Universal data representation. Guys, are you clear now? Yeah, that I'll tell you later, guys, one more time. But you try to understand the standards here. PHP standard is MySQL. So PHP, every project is in MySQL only. Python, which is work with the MongoDB and PostgreSQL. Dotnet means they'll go for SQL servers. Hadoop means MongoDB and Cassandra. Java means what? Oracle database and MongoDB. Recently, we started with MongoDB, but previously, last 1 year back, the Java applications, entire Java, which is working to only Oracle database, guys. Java standard is Oracle database. Java standard is what? Oracle database. AngularJS standard is also MongoDB, right? Exactly, guys. Is the points are clear, everyone? Yeah. So as part of our course, we'll discuss about the three databases. One is Oracle database and one is MongoDB database. Third one is what? MySQL database also, right? Yeah. Any questions, guys? Any questions? The technologies, these are called frameworks. After that, we discuss different types of applications we have. And Solid and JSP is written of applications. So we have the extensions like jar file, var files, ER files, AR files. Web services are going for the AR files, guys, basically. Enterprise applications, ER files, web application, var files. And yeah, so these is like jar files, right? Java file. Good. These are the points, guys. Any other questions?
No.
Good. Yeah. And the last point, guys, I'll share these class notes, guys. Yesterday class notes, today class notes. To share the class notes on the day basis. Anyhow, I'll share the PDF documents with you, materials and all. But on the day basis, every day I will share the class notes. To share the class notes, I'm using this website, guys, protectedtest.com. So in protectedtest.com, so ADV Java 8 p.m. right? Yeah, ADV Java 8 p.m. Just let me create this site. Okay, this is like day 1, day 2 note, right? So day 1, comma 2 days, guys. What we discussed. What you're saying? You're taking technical sessions. You only be taking the sessions from now on. What does mean, guys?
Means you are the instructor only, right? Yeah.
I'm the instructor, right?
Yeah.
What happened, man?
Nothing.
I am only instructor. I'm the trainer of your Java, like advanced Java course. Okay, fine.
So Ram,
Yeah.
you are working in Hyderabad.
I'm working in Hyderabad.
Perfect.
Okay, this is the class notes, guys. I will share this class notes with you on every day basis. See, guys, just you can copy this link, everyone. Yeah, you can copy this link. Once if you open this link, you'll get the class notes. Just you can check the class notes. Just you can take the class notes to place in some Word document. Place in some Word document. Okay. So when you open this link, it is asking password. The password for this one is a Java. For everyone, the same password, guys. So protectest.com/advancedjava 8 p.m. So for the password for this Java, right? The password is a Java. Sorry, clear now? Good. Class notes every day I will place here, guys. So every day I will place here. So day 1, 2, next day 3, next like tab like this. I will place all the tabs, like all the day class notes here. Okay. Good. The course duration will be the 2 months, guys. I say 50 working days required for me. So 50 working days means what? It will take like mostly 2 months class. Including holidays, it will take exactly 2 months, guys. Including holidays, it will take exactly 2 months. No, Warren, web services not. Web services is separate class. So it will take again 1 month. SOAP services and REST services. It's a separate concept, guys. Separate concept, not advanced Java. So I said like you are taking advanced Java class. After advanced Java class, you can take the Spring class. After Spring, you try to take the web services. Better. That will be better. Daily the class will be the 8 to 9, guys. So 1 hour class will be. The class time will be 8 to 9. All of them are separate. What all of them are separate? What all of them are separate, man? Yeah, exactly. So core Java is separate, advanced Java is separate, Spring is separate, web service is separate. Ashok's definitely Ashok, we will see. Definitely I'll take 1 to 1.5 hours, 115, 120 minutes. Because here your guys are not writing any notes, right? So, 1 hour I am speaking, guys. Even if you take the live classes 2 hours means the faculties will take 1.5 hours. Is that 1.5 hours the faculty will take the class 1.5 hours? Definitely no, right? If you observed 45 minutes the faculty will take the class, 45 minutes you'll write the notes. So no guys, 45 minutes you'll take the class, 45 minutes you guys will write the notes. So but here, yeah, we will see Ashok, definitely. But 1 hour, 20 minutes, 30 minutes I'll take the class, depends. Because later classes when I start the application, that application may take 1 hour, 1.5 hours sometimes. It means I cannot stop that application in the middle. So I have to complete that application. I will share that application with you, right? In that case, definitely I'll take the class, no problem. But as of now, demo classes, right? It's fine. We will see that points. Yeah, guys. Any other questions? Yeah, that's all, guys. That's all for today class. We'll meet in tomorrow class. We'll start with the database installation process and all, and we'll start the tomorrow onwards applications, guys. So today we got the clarity about what are the different types of applications and what are different extensions we'll use and what are the databases we're going for the Java, right? So this is information for today class. We'll meet in tomorrow. We'll continue, guys. Bye. Bye, guys. Good night. Tomorrow we'll continue.